Welcome to Geeks Corner. I'm Mr. Daps.
I'm Katie.
Until the 17th century, drafts were much more commonly known as camelopards.
What?
Camelopards.
I'm listening.
Yeah, drafts.
Giraffes.
Long necks.
Yeah.
Serengeti. Camelopards.
Camelopards.
Like camel leopards?
Yeah, kind of.
What does that have to do with the Merry Crisis?
And I'm Christmas. Welcome to Cameron, everyone. You should use the hashtag Geeks Corner to talk at us this evening. It'll be Christmas themed.
It will be Christmas themed. That's the hope. At least it's the Christmas episode, which means that we do lots of crazy things that we have not prepared for.
Some things we've prepared for
we thought
in
about.
excess.
We thought about that.
Yes. And I feel like the unequivocal nature of preparation on different things tonight is at its highest rate of dissonance.
It's also
because we prepared the things we didn't need.
It's also the most on-brand thing of Geeks Corner. Either we prepared something 6 months ago, or we prepared 6 minutes ago,
or never.
I think most prepared is roughly 3 months that physical action was taken, and least prepared was.
What time is it?
9 minutes.
Yeah, something like that.
That's about what we did tonight, isn't
But that's
it?
also like good for Geeks Corner. Like we
9 minutes preparation is very impressive.
It's not bad.
So use the hashtag Geeks Corner. We are going to be talking about Star Wars, obviously, tonight, because the best Christmas present we could get this year is a new Star Wars movie.
Singing loud
It's
for all
the
to hear.
final Star Wars movie for the Skywalker saga that's now, 42 years old?
That's what, almost
77 to 99,
42 and a half.
or to 2019. It's 42 and a half. It is hard to believe that it's been around that long, but also very simple. So before we get into the show, I'm going to ask you two questions. What are your expectations for Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker? And equally, what are your expectations for Galactic Geekmas, which is the name of this episode?
Solid.
Which
Very
is
important.
tonight.
Tonight.
What are your expectations right now?
Right now.
This feels like a job interview, like a very scary job interview.
Where do you see yourself in 15 minutes?
Yeah, I'm scared.
Right in this chair.
Scared?
Well, you're wrong.
Well, guess
You didn't
what?
know.
Wouldn't that be great if during interviews they ask you a question, you respond, they just go, wrong.
So tell me about a time when you helped solve a problem.
No, something
Okay.
different.
Rise of Skywalker. Katie.
I think it's going to be very good.
Wow, controversial opinions.
That
was
actually,
deep.
funny enough, is a very controversial opinion.
In this culture, yes. In this economy?
I did see a post today that literally made me cry laughing.
No spoilers.
I don't agree with it. But it said,
If you don't agree with it, it's not a spoiler.
Oh, okay. It doesn't exist.
that's how spoilers work. No, it said, contemplating this weekend if I should go see a potentially horrible movie or go see Cats.
So, you think
I don't agree with that in the slightest. I think that Rise of Skywalker is going to be great.
okay. So, you think it's going to be great? Cameron, go ahead.
I'm going to get text, like angry text.
You are.
My strongest opinion about Rise of Skywalker is that Kumail Nanjiani looks amazing. That is probably my strongest opinion.
And your expectations for the movie?
Oh, see, I was totally distracted by Kumail Nanjiani.
I think we all were, to be completely honest.
Good job, man.
Yeah.
Just getting started.
Rise of Skywalker.
Yes.
My expectation is, again, it's going to split the audience right down the middle.
Oh, good.
I think
That's our
it's
favorite.
going to be
That doesn't sound
people
healthy.
who are trying to pit Rian Johnson against J.J.
I agree.
Abrams for directional view.
Oh,
and the people who are on
absolutely.
Abrams' side will say it's the best film ever, and the people who are on Johnson's side will say that Abrams has destroyed the series.
Yeah.
And then we'll be sitting in the back going, woo, Star Wars!
Okay, you answered the question I was looking for.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, and for Galactic Geekmas,
I think this is going to be wonderful.
And I keep thinking you're going to say Galactic Grill.
Let's go to Galactic Grill.
where do you think I got
Sorry,
the
what
name
was
for
that
the
place you want to
title?
go to?
Galactic Grill.
Is that Arabesh?
Giraffe.
What is that?
Giraffe.
Camelopard.
Camelopard Grill.
Oh, don't eat those.
That doesn't sound good.
No.
With the
So,
neck meat?
Galactic Geekmas.
Yes, it's going to be very good. It's going to be a tasteful experience in more ways than one. That's all I'll say.
That was well played. All right, Katie, what do you think about the episode?
I think we're going to unwrap. A lot of fun.
Luke, what is your expectation since we're going this direction?
Going back to the giraffe animal, I think it's going to be a really tall order.
Does anybody want to beat that?
Camel apart.
All right,
Better
we're in
pun
for
than
some
that would be
fun
hard to
tonight.
spot it.
To start things off, as we've already mentioned, Star Wars is coming again in 2 days, right?
Star Wars
2 days,
is
we'll be watching
starting
this.
now.
There's another a minor Star Wars.
Mandalorian.
Tomorrow!
Yes, a minor Star Wars tomorrow.
Yeah.
Star Wars Eve, if you will.
The Great Star Wars Eve.
Yes, so we need to prepare. Well, we don't, but somebody we know did, and his name is Adam. So Adam is making a return to Geeks Corner as Katie teaches him about Star Wars. Watch this.
Okay, everybody's talking about Star Wars, and I don't know about Star Wars, so tell me about Star Wars. Would you tell me what happened?
Yes, so
Okay, thanks.
in Star Wars,
Mhm.
the original movie that came out, there was a boy that he lived on a desert planet.
Like me?
You live on a desert planet?
Well, I live in California, so basically...
Yeah, so exactly. He
Okay.
lives on a desert planet, much like California. And then a bunch of things happened, and he had to defeat a bad guy in space.
What kind of bad guy?
It was a very big, scary bad guy with heavy breathing that also turned out to be his father.
That's weird.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Then what happened?
And then what happened?
How did he defeat him? Did he kill him?
Well,
He didn't have to kill his dad, did
he
he?
kind of helped save him
Oh,
and
okay,
helped
that's
him
better.
return to be a good guy.
Mm.
And then, so those were the movies 4, 5, and 6. So then the movies 1,
Wait.
2, and 3.
Wait,
Yes.
4, 5, and 6?
Yes. So that was Star Wars Episode 4, 5, and 6.
It started at 4?
Yeah, it started at 4. They went back and they renumbered them. It doesn't make sense to a lot of people, and that's fair.
Where did they learn to count?
Not at Sesame Street, apparently.
Apparently.
So then,
Mhm.
in the first movie, it goes back and tells a
Wait.
story about his dad.
The first movie was the fourth movie?
Well, no, the fourth movie is the first movie in chronological order. So
Okay, just keep going. I don't know what's going on.
neither do I.
Okay.
But in episode 1,
Mhm.
yeah, so the fourth movie, they go back in time and they tell the story about the desert planet boy's dad.
So now it's like Star Trek.
Yeah, there's time travel.
Mhm.
There's no goatees or beards. But I mean, Obi-Wan has a beard, but that's beside the point. So
Okay.
they tell the story about how his dad was also a little boy living on
Another
a
little boy?
desert planet,
Oh my.
and he originally wasn't a bad guy.
Well, that's good.
And then they tell the story about how he falls in love,
Oh boy.
and then how he ends up turning to the dark side and how he becomes the villain in the movies that we saw already.
Huh.
The movies that came back.
I don't know what I think of this so far.
And then in the movies
There's more?
7 and 8, the ones that just came out,
7 and 8 are really what numbers?
they're really 7 and 8.
Oh, at least that works.
Yeah, so that one
Okay, that
all
helps.
works out counting wise. I had to think about it for a second,
Me
but
too.
it all works out. So they introduced a new set of characters.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out that the desert boy from the first 3 set of movies, so 4, 5, and 6,
Which is really 1, 2, and 3.
which is really 1, 2, and 3,
Okay, I get that now.
has gone missing. And he's the good guy for the whole galaxy, and he's gone missing.
Uh-oh.
And so they have to find him.
Oh, so it's a big hide and seek game.
It's a big hide and seek game. So at the end of the
I've been
set,
playing that with Johnny 5 for a few years now.
I think someone's winning. I'm not sure who.
I don't think it's me.
It's not you.
I
Okay.
haven't gotten to hide yet. I want to hide. He always hides.
Say, someone's winning. It's a very good game if it's still going.
Well, that's one way of looking at it.
So basically he's
Uh-huh.
gone in this very long hide and seek game. At the
Okay.
end of that movie they find him, and then in the last
Wait, it's a whole movie about finding him?
yes.
Okay.
Whole movie about finding him. And then in the last movie that we saw,
Mhm.
they found him,
Okay.
and turns out that he doesn't want to be a part of saving the galaxy anymore, and they help convince
Wait, so
him.
they spent a whole movie looking for him for
Yeah.
him not wanting to do anything?
Yes.
He didn't even want to be in the movie?
You sure sound like a lot of Star Wars fans, Adam. Maybe you know more about Star Wars than you think.
Maybe someday I'll watch it.
Maybe someday you'll watch
Probably
it.
not. It sounds really expensive.
There's a whole 8 movies to watch. That's
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
That's like $20 a movie.
Is it? I mean, you don't have to go to a movie theater to see them.
But a Blu-ray is like $20.
Or you could get the Disney Plus streaming service.
Ooh, I like that idea.
It's a great idea. And
I think I have it.
you could also watch The Mandalorian, which we'll not get into right now. We'll get into that another time.
What?
Well, it's fine, Adam. Don't worry.
What?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
So then in episode 8, which is the last movie we saw, they basically have to try and convince him the whole movie on why he should participate in saving the galaxy again.
Then what happens?
We don't know. That's what we're finding out
Why
this
not?
week. That's why people are so excited about Star Wars right now, Adam.
Oh, so now I don't need to go see it.
I mean, you could still. There's a lot of.
I can just go to the new movie and I already know everything about the old movie.
I mean, I missed a few details. You might be a little bit.
Details, schmeetails.
Maybe
That
a little,
never got me anywhere.
maybe a little bit confused about like the Millennium Falcon and Han Solo and Rey,
Okay,
Padme Amidala. No,
let's save that for another time.
we'll save it for another time. I'm just
Okay.
saying you might want to see those things
I
before.
think you want some cookies. Do you have
There's-
cookies?
I think Mr. Daps has cookies.
Okay,
somewhere.
I'm gonna go get cookies. That was nice, but I don't think Star Wars is really for me.
I don't think so either.
Okay, I'm
Adam.
gonna go now.
Bye, Adam.
Bye.
What a kid. What a kid.
We need your help.
No, that's very, yeah, that's.
So I
very
think
cute.
next year we should have Cameron explain like Harry Potter or something to him because
Marvel. The entire
Marvel,
MCU.
all of the MCU, including.
Whatever's happened since now.
I was thinking all the Doctor Strange stuff that's coming up because that would go.
I barely understand
I
the
had
Doctor
to
Strange
explain
stuff.
all 8 movies in a minute, roughly.
In a minute.
Yes. So it was. There's a lot going on there. He asked a lot of questions that I wasn't necessarily prepared for.
What was your favorite?
What's my favorite question that he asked?
Like, what was special about talking with?
I think my favorite part was, can I have cookies? I'm gonna leave to go eat cookies. Because I relate to that sentiment heavily. Is eating or leaving to go eat cookies.
I was going to say, the eating or the leaving?
Well,
Both.
he says what he thinks.
I know, and I
so
respect that.
I think we should talk at this point about how this year is special because we've returned to the past with
Marty!
yeah, pretty much. But we have returned to the fake fire that is beautiful and warm, and it was making noises earlier, but now it's stopped. So I don't know what that means.
If you
but
listen very closely.
And believe.
no.
Do you believe?
Yes, but so anyway, we've returned to the fake fire. We've got our stockings hung all in a row. But before we get to all the Christmas stuff, we have to explain something that's very important to the Galactic universe, and that is Life Day.
Yep. Which, surprisingly, everything in this room is pretty close to right. It's almost like it was
Planned.
made with that in mind.
But it wasn't. Anyway, Cameron is going to explain to us from the Holiday Spectacular, the Star Wars Holiday Special.
Holocron.
From the holocron. Straight from the holocron.
No.
Here's the news!
One of the
Space
most
1941.
iconic holiday specials of all time, one
I've
way
never
or
seen.
another. The Star Wars Holiday Special introduces Life Day to a waiting world, and Cameron is here to explain it.
Pray tell.
Yes. So Life Day, if you're unfamiliar, is the Christmas allegory or Hanukkah allegory, depending on which aspect you're talking about, of the planet Kashyyyk, which is the Wookiee homeworld. Now, I do want to point out something very important before we get into discussion about Life Day. Kashyyyk, Chewbacca, Wookiee.
Yes.
All words that cannot be said by Wookiees.
Yeah.
I don't
Somebody
have a
explain that to
problem
me.
with- It's okay.
But like in Solo, like he goes, "Ah," and he's like, Chewbacca, what is that? How do you get those syllables?
If you watch Solo, they explain that. Keep going.
when he says Chewbacca. That was the explanation.
Chewbacca? I don't know what character this is.
I thought you were going New York for a second. But,
what are you gonna
I'm
do?
walking here. I'm Chewbacca.
It's Life Day here.
So, Life Day.
Life Day. It is a celebration on the Wookiee homeworld of Kashyyyk. Traditional aspects of it are observed, most notably and most importantly, red robes. You're all doing it wrong. You must wear red, long, draping, flowing
I do not
garments.
have a red robe.
There we go.
This
Okay.
is straight.
Happy Life Day.
Happy Life Day.
It's about family and togetherness. You do decorate a tree, not a pointy tree, but with small orbs that you light that represent the bright lights of the galaxy all around. It's weird how the branding of that came out. It's so similar to what we do. Also, you gather and you eat food with friends and family.
We like that.
And that is pretty much the extent of the holiday, other than the much darker turn of it, which is after the Empire took over, Life Day took on a much more greater significance because they weren't allowed to celebrate it. So they did in secret.
So,
scary.
could you give a brief overview, and you can read, or you can actually see the Star Wars Holiday Special on dapsmagic.com, where we have that article up with that video. Could you give a very brief overview of what this special is about?
So,
B. Arthur.
the BR, I mean, it's about
I mean,
Arthur.
it's really a B. Arthur show.
so-
Story about B. Arthur.
So,
That's all that matters.
for meta context, this was at the height of Star Wars popularity, and they had a very short turnaround between episodes 5 and 6, where they wanted to put something out in the holiday season on television to boost toy sales mostly.
They should have
So,
stuck with the Muppets.
Probably, which they kind of did and didn't work. So they slapdashed together a kind of variety show, more or less. It's a lot of different scenes where they threw in a couple of
In the Star Wars
in
universe,
the Star Wars
though.
universe, where they threw in a few stars. I use the word loosely.
B. Arthur.
Most
People
notably
you might
B.
know.
Arthur. Yeah, people you would know from the era on television in vague Star Wars outfits, talking to puppets.
It does say something, though, about how, while it was popular, how they didn't realize the extent of its popularity.
Right.
Because the actors that are on the show, if people had realized how big this really was going to be,
Yeah, they would have gotten much bigger.
they would have
names.
gone
Yeah.
higher. Yeah.
Although B. Arthur is pretty much the pinnacle. I will say, of all the casting in the holiday special,
Please let us know how many times B. Arthur was said in the show,
B.
by
Arthur,
the
B.
way.
Arthur, B.
Arthur!
Arthur, B. Arthur.
Okay, those
B.
all
Arthur
count.
is
Keep
wonderful.
going.
So, and the worst / best part of it is that there's not really a cohesive storyline. It is act, vaguely tied together by a bar scene where B. Arthur is a bartender. Few of the characters from the movie show up at the end, including Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher and a couple of others. Anthony Daniels, I think, was there. I don't think Harrison Ford showed up, did he? I don't think he was there.
He
I don't
doesn't show up for
remember.
anything.
I don't remember.
I don't think he was there.
So by that time in the show, usually I've fallen asleep.
Yeah, it's a travesty because the jokes fall flat because they were not written well, and the
Wait, they wrote those?
and the talent, like the talent portions of it, would work if you weren't so morbidly distracted by the scenery they were doing it in. It just makes no sense whatsoever.
That's what makes it wonderful.
it's
Go
so
ahead,
good.
Katie.
So hold on. So B. Arthur is in the Star Wars universe.
Yes.
B. Arthur is also in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yes. It's all connected.
Yeah.
We already knew this.
Okay. I was just making sure that
It's
we.
called the Golden Girls.
All right, we're going to hop over to Twitter really quickly. Jeff just came up with a new name for a band, and that would be Adam and the Porgs. Merry Christmas, Katie.
So,
No, that's bad.
branding.
Bailey says to the Adam video, this is very akin to me explaining Geeks Corner
Yep.
to my mother a few years ago.
No, it's like there's 3 people.
Or just anything in
Sometimes
general.
there weren't 3 people, but there's been 3 people. and
Wait,
they
what?
talk. Sometimes they sing songs not well, but they do.
But they do.
And they won't stop. And then one time they did a whole scripted radio show. That was a bad idea.
And then the person says, "Can I walk away to go eat cookies now?"
And that's the show.
You're
Perfect.
standing in front of the cookies. You cannot eat the cookies.
So,
He
Uh,
doesn't say his own name.
Christmas is a time for memories, and so what we did as a team is we went back and looked at some of our favorite memories from previous Christmas shows. And Katie, what was your favorite Christmas memory? Do you need notes so you can remember what you told me?
Geeks Corner?
The Christmas
Music.
Yeah.
music memory.
That's how a geek does Christmas.
You liked That's How a Geek Does
That's
Christmas.
how it does.
Somebody did. I'm glad to hear that at least one person
me.
did, but you get to hear it again. So this is from a few years ago.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. To me is only words, and partridges in pear trees are really for the birds. When I imagine Christmas, the image I've secured is not of snow and sugar plums. It's something more absurd. There's a Christmas carol sing-along. If you know the words in Klingon, there's no eggnog, but we bring along the best Romulan ale. After that, it's fun and merriment with a chemistry experiment, turning gingerbread to peppermint, unless, of course, we fail. It might sound strange to someone who is not a geek like you-know-who. Don't be confused by what I do, 'cause that's how a geek does Christmas. You'll never see a Santa or a reindeer on my lawn. You'll see a snowman Shatner who is screaming after Con! All the shopping malls are packed tight with the shoppers who all love to fight like contestants on The Price of Right, but it feels like such a qualm. This time of year I'd rather be in my PJs with a cup of tea and my laptop screen in front of me, shopping Amazon.com. Santa flies right past my home. He knows to leave my house alone. Amazon sends me a fleet of drones, 'cause that's how a geek does Christmas. I'm not that hard to shop for. If you're stuck, then here's a clue. A stocking full of batteries, any size and shape will do. There's a biting chill that's in the air, but I'm keeping warm so I don't care, even though folks like to stop and stare at my furry Ewok hat. Then I'm sitting by the fireside watching episodes of Firefly, and when I'm so inspired I Photoshop a grumpy cat. Although we may have different ways to celebrate the holidays, peace on earth is how it stays, 'cause that's how a geek does Christmas. Live long and prosper at Christmas. Yeah, that's how a geek does Christmas.
That's true. I would like to see an encore.
That is what we call a produced movie music video thing, where we actually use microphones and video cameras and prepare. And that's not what you're gonna get tonight. So
video camera.
Where's the preparation?
Oh no!
Oh no! I knew we were forgetting something.
You never really know. And so we thought we would do Christmas music this year too.
I thought. We mean Mr. Dapp said, "Hey, we're doing Christmas music this year."
Yeah, we thought it'd be a great idea. And one of the things that's happened the last few years is we've brought out a new Christmas instrument each year.
We've made our own instruments.
We've made them out
You know
of
how hard
duct
it is
tape.
to whittle a melodica?
Well, you're not wrong.
Out of plastic?
Especially two.
The new instrument is
All right. So should we reveal the new instrument for the year?
It's my foot jingle.
Let's actually talk for just a minute on Twitter. Make predictions. We should have done this at the beginning of the show,
We really
but
should have.
predictions for what the. Why don't you do a setup for what the song is?
The first one, it's the only song I know the harmony part to, and we're not singing the harmony parts.
Correct. Keep going.
It's also
Because nobody's guessed yet.
It's originally Germanic. That I think
It was
I
written
could.
for guitar.
Was it really?
Yeah. Or
Huh.
written with a guy on guitar.
Written by one guitar. Not a man, but a guitar.
I
Henry
believe
Guitar.
I'm correct. Mike, you can tell me if I'm wrong.
And
You don't know what the song
there
is
are
yet,
many
but,
versions of it that sound better than what we're about to do.
but maybe
Well, that's
not.
just
There's also many
fact.
versions that
That are
sound worse.
Yeah, that's true. That is
We're
very true.
like happily right in the middle.
Yep. Also, as a preemptive note for all the songs
the
this
fire
evening,
that's not smelling like
No,
smoke.
it
like,
smells like spray paint.
it smells like
it's not supposed to be
spray.
heating things up. How bad is the TV and or the spray paint?
Well, clearly the internet's not so good because the fire is
It's low
pixelated.
res. It's going to go out at this rate if we drop down below 320.
I was gonna say, where's my 1080p fire?
Yeah, I think we're at about a 480 fire right now.
Yeah, the heat's lessened. You can feel it.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Good thing we don't have a
it's-
4K blaze up
it's
in here.
going back up. Let's see if we have
call the
any
fire department.
guesses
I
on the
touched it.
Twitter for what instrument we will be using tonight. No, we do not.
Mm.
So let's
Can I guess?
Yes.
It's an Urhu.
No.
Dang.
Let's we're gonna change the order on the fly here because that's what we do here on Geeks Corner.
And boy, are my arms tired.
So you did an article a couple years ago, Cameron,
I did?
on how to go shopping.
That's very close to the last article I wrote.
for
How to
geeks.
shop.
This was a year and a half ago, wasn't it?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
You've written since then. So
Good.
So it's 5 days, 7 days, 6 days. I don't know how many days till Christmas.
Currently-
You've already messed up. Let's start there.
It's 8 days till Christmas. Thank you.
Yes.
What are your tips for going shopping last minute for geeks and how to celebrate Geekmas as well?
First and foremost, I'm going to give the same tip that I give at all times of the year.
Katie, you're next.
If you can buy from an actual artist rather than buying from a store, buy from the actual artist. It's going to be 1,000 times better quality. It'll be something much more unique. And more importantly, you're supporting an artist. They're good people. They smell funny sometimes. I know. I'm one of them. They have to deal with it. Buy from an artist. But with it being this close, be very aware of shipping times, especially if you're buying from maker sites like Etsy. Makers usually
IOUs are good.
Yeah.
AKA
Makers
Star Wars
usually will work with
1977.
you as best they can because they good reference toys.
Thank
That's great.
you.
They will work with you best they can, but they're not miracle workers, and odds are this is going to be an extremely busy time of the year for them. So if you can find local artists, even better. Buy from them in person. Usually it's going to come wrapped anyway, so it'll be one less thing off your
So
list.
Star Wars 1977.
Yes.
Or The Mandalorian 2019.
Yeah, same idea.
Same thing.
If you're unfamiliar with the story, what Katie just referenced is a wonderful piece of trivia from the Star Wars universe.
Fantastic.
Did you learn it from the Toys That Made Us? Because it was super good.
I
know
haven't watched
before
that yet, actually.
So as Cameron says this, keep guessing because we're not going to go till people guess
Yes.
beyond Porg Monica. Mike,
Oh. Porg Monica?
that's what he said.
Cool.
And
In
Sonogram is not it either.
1977, before the film was released, everything was made on a shoestring budget. They literally could not find a toy seller to make the toys for them ahead of time. In fact, it was considered to be such a low budget thing that Lucas got most of the rights for the toy sales ahead of time, which is why he was so adamant and was intelligent enough to try to go find somebody to make the things.
Well,
They
Andy thought it was going to be a kids movie.
Yeah, he
made it as a kids movie.
So they finally found a toy seller. It was like a small run-of-the-mill. It was what's the name of the company?
remember which
They don't
company.
exist anymore because they're now just the Star Wars company. But he found them. They started production on these toys, and then the film came out and blew up. And was such a big deal that they literally could not keep up with demand to get out toys before Christmas. So what they released were these like cardboard sheets that had all of the pictures of the action figures you're going to get, and they gave that to people, and that was the IOU of this is what you're going to be getting in 2 months. And that's what people bought and gave out for Christmas that
And
year.
it could be longer.
In many cases
Yeah.
it was. Fast forward 2019, nobody
Baby Yoda.
predicted Baby Yoda was going to be a big hit for some reason.
Actually, they
did.
did, but they didn't want him to be spoiled.
Yeah,
so
they were smart.
didn't.
I don't want to give them credit, okay?
I am giving them credit.
They chose
That was
storytelling over
beautiful.
product placement. It's wonderful.
And I appreciate them
yes,
for that.
it's very good.
My geek gift giving guide.
Mhm.
Listen to your friends. Listen to what they talk about. Listen to what they're passionate about. That's really the easiest way to give gifts is what do your friends like? And sometimes you don't need to give them a present. Sometimes you can say, hey, you like Dungeons and Dragons. Let's play sometime. Or let's go to a thing that you like to do because that is friendship.
That is true.
So, if you didn't pick that up, Katie said the frequency with which a person talks about something is the importance of it in their lives. So you can address porgs to our P.O. box, which is
DAPS Magic 5773, Garden Grove 9286 something.
For larger
92846.
porgs, you can squish them usually into smaller boxes.
They will. They're very squishable. All right.
And if you want a
All
nice
right.
medium rare, about 15-20 minutes.
Unless you're roasting.
Ronto roasting.
Porgs. Ew! Oh,
You're
we're
right.
hitting
We
all
should
my
go to
least
Star Wars
favorite
Galaxy's
things.
Edge after this.
You're right. We should all drive.
All right. So we have the most recent guess of Kazoo.
No.
Incorrect. But we have not done that one yet.
Have we
And
not done a kazoo?
That one would have been so much easier.
What was the original theme song played on?
But that's not a Christmas episode.
Okay.
That's true.
Okay.
We,
Original theme song was...
Played on a melodica, fun fact.
No, it was a kazoo, it was a banjo, and a whistle. But I was not playing said kazoo, so...
Were you playing the whistle?
I was playing the whistle.
What a surprise!
All right, so the instrument of the year, I don't know what you can see or not, is a couple weeks ago I picked up a ukulele,
baby guitar.
baby guitar, and...
Much like Baby Yoda.
Yep.
And looked up on the internet, there we go, how to play it.
I should my foot jingles on.
I don't know how fast you want to go, Cameron.
Oh, that's right. We're doing a song. I have lyrics because they're different.
And, oh yeah, we had to geekify these things, because it is
My foot.
Geekmas. What's the song?
This is going to be Silent Night. Kinda.
Okay,
At Disneyland.
hopefully I'm in the right key.
That sounds right.
Go for it.
Silent night, holy-ish night. Rain comes down, crowds are light. Main Street glistens with water aglow. People huddle in from the show.
True.
Keep those socks dry, please. Keep those socks dry, please. They really smell bad if you get them wet. It's
And it's
disgusting.
uncomfortable.
Silent night, holy kinda. Thunder mountains line
You have fun
so
there?
light. Old Splash Mountain, no crowd to be seen.
No Splash Mountain.
Walk on Matterhorn, no wait is foreseen. Keep those socks dry, please, or just bring an extra pair.
Please.
Does that work?
Keep those socks dry,
Not for
please.
stepping
Kind of
on
difficult on
puddles.
some of those mountains.
How many more verses do we have?
Silent
It's still going.
night, holy, really not, but Coco's
I
warm.
like Coco.
Jacket's a little light. Ponchos suddenly don't look so bad.
That's true. That's accurate.
Plastic bags on our feet are kind of sad.
That's a true
actually.
story.
Keep those socks dry, please. Keep those socks dry, please.
Well done, Cameron.
Thank you.
That was beautiful and very uncomfortable for my fingers because I don't actually know what I'm
I've
doing.
got blisters on me fingers.
Maybe by the end of the night we will see.
Blood.
What do we got next? Oh, I get to pick what
Ooh.
my favorite
Oh, what's your favorite?
musical memory was from Geeks Corner. And I'm going way back to one of our very first Christmas episodes. And that was when Ragtime
Well,
Robert
Ragtime.
joined us. And Snap Magic was alive and well on the scene, I guess you could say. But we'll just watch this.
Egan!
Robert!
Hi there!
Hi!
Boy, that worked good.
Where are we?
I was just thinking about you, and snap, there you were.
I wasn't thinking about you.
No, I'm sure you were. No. You're in a Christmas mood, though. I see you got your Santa hat.
Yeah, we're supposed to meet up with... Wait,
With who?
what are you all doing here?
See, it's all magic. It's all magic. You want a little Christmas music?
I guess.
Do you have a favorite Christmas song?
No.
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 You like animals?
Mm-hmm.
And Christmas.
Absolutely.
I think I have a song for you.
Oh, good.
I want a hippopotamus for Christmas.
You?
Only a hippopotamus will do.
But why?
No No Tinker Toys, no G.I. Joes. I want a hippopotamus to play with and enjoy. I want a
Wait.
Yes.
You're gonna play with a hippopotamus?
Yeah. You ever played hide and go seek with the hippopotamus?
Have you ever played hide and seek with a hippopotamus?
Yeah. You paint their toenails different colors and you can hide them in a gumball machine.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. They hide really well up in trees too. You ever seen a hippopotamus in a tree? See,
No.
it works. It works really good.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. There's only a hippopotamus will do. What?
There's no hippo there.
Where? No, it's
Tree.
hidden really, really, really well. I can see me now on Christmas morning creeping down the stairs.
There?
Those stairs, yeah.
Oh, okay.
With joy and surprise, when I look in my eyes and see my hippo hero standing.
I don't think it'll fit in here.
It's magic. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
It's dangerous.
No, it's not. Oh, Mom says a hippo would eat me up, but then
I think so.
our teacher says a hippo is a vegetarian.
Oh.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm.
What do you think they eat?
Johnny Five.
Yeah,
He's not here.
he's not here. That's true. That's
Johnny!
true. Want the hippopotamus for Christmas?
Okay.
Only the hippopotamus will do.
If you say so.
No Tinker Toys, no dinky G.I. Joes. I want a hippopotamus to play with and enjoy. I can see me now on Christmas morning creeping down those
I'm
stairs.
not sure this is a good idea.
Why?
You're talking about a hippopotamus
Yes.
in your living room.
Yes.
Does anybody else think this is a bad idea?
It's house trained.
How'd you do that?
I didn't, the zoo did.
Oh.
I don't know how they did it. I'm glad I wasn't involved in the process. Cause I want the hippopotamus for Christmas.
Okay.
Only a hippopotamus will do.
Just for you.
No crocodiles, no rhinoceroses.
What's that?
Can you say rhinoceros?
I can only say if it's on a teleprompter.
It may be, but I do pronunciation. Seeing it is one thing. Pronouncing it is rhinoceros. I only like hippopotamuses. And hippopotamuses like me too. Did you like me? You enjoyed that?
I did.
Okay. So you still you think we can fit a hippo in there?
No,
Really?
not a chance. But I would appreciate if you snapped me back. I was supposed to be on a date with Megan.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You believe
She
that?
just doesn't know it yet.
Oh, see, I knew there was a. I knew it. Okay. All right. You ready? All right. 1, 2, 3.
Guys, where'd you go? I don't know what that was.
Those were excited yells.
Was that you?
No, that was the Hello Kitty extra virgin olive oil.
Okay. I think we need to explain something about this episode. No, I'm not completely magical. Katie is playing.
My
What are you
foot,
playing?
my foot jingles.
The foot jingles.
Listen while she plays.
You can't see it.
With foot tambourine.
We really need to get her jingle bells instead of
Hello. These are my foot jingles. Also my boots.
Cameron. Lead us.
On what?
The next one.
Okay.
Anyway.
Jingle us through.
This is going to be another version, because we've done several, of Jingle Bells.
We have?
Yeah, this is like the third one.
Foot jingles.
So every year?
Something like that. Dashing through the snow on YouTube today.
Hold on.
What's up? No, I liked it. I was in it. I nailed it. I don't see the problem.
And it's on it. Did you see that one?
No.
Could you
I was here for it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Dashing. I can't hear anything. What's up?
Dash.
Yeah. I'm sorry, you were laughing through the note. I couldn't hear you over giggles.
His glasses are fogging.
Something like that. I don't know.
We didn't practice with the music director in the room.
Okay, we're gonna do this as Gregorian chant. I like this. Dash. What are we doing? What is this? What are we? What is?
I ask myself that every Tuesday, but go ahead.
I see that? That's dissonant. I like that. It really isn't.
Just go.
Where is that coming from? Dashing through the snow. YouTube today. It's perfect. Over the weeks we go. I don't know why we're doing this. 9.5 the way.
Yeah.
I have an idea.
What's up?
We're starting over.
Okay.
Again!
William Shatner it.
Oh, no.
Oh, jeez.
That's the only way to save this song is with Captain Kirk himself.
Okay.
You probably want to do that a little bit quieter. Because he's going to speak now. We're getting a 10 out of 10 from Jeff.
Dashing through the snow on YouTube. Today, over the weeks we go at 9 and half the way. The geekiness we bring on each show, each night. Oh, what fun to talk and stuff on Geeks Corner tonight. Let's go on a little walk in there.
A little bit.
Geeks Corner. Geeks Corner.
I'm gonna get you country bears.
Make the show go right. We're gonna go walking? Okay. Oh, what fun to watch some geeks. Try to sound all nice. Yeah, it is very walking, isn't it?
That's good. That's good.
Geeks Corner. Geeks Corner. Bears!
The bears!
Make the show go right. Oh, what fun to watch some geeks on Geeks Corner tonight.
I don't know if you caught that. We made multiple references to the Country Bears 2001.
The smash hit film.
Smash
The
it.
blockbuster.
Wow. That was a good recovery.
That's great.
If you want to call it that, sure.
Don't call it a comeback.
So this furthers my point about the Olympics. In every Olympics, there should be one person who has no experience or skill in the event that is taking place, competing alongside the actual athletes. Because I think you lose perspective when it's a 1/10 of a second that Michael Phelps is winning by.
If it's 10 minutes.
If it's me swimming for the 500-yard
doggy
whatever,
paddling.
just, you guys are already back? Like, that was the equivalent of that. So,
Wait,
for
are there
actual
pool toys
singers.
we're looking for?
Like a little fun, like a pool noodle. Do you know in Spain they call those pool churros?
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think you told me that before. All right. Next part is the fun part. It's all been
Next
crazy.
part is the
I
fun
don't know.
part. You have
It
been
is.
waiting for it. And
Well,
here it
I
is.
don't know,
Yeah,
but
wait a
we've
bit
been
more.
waiting for it. It's become a Geekmas tradition, and this is where we
Tradition.
pass out
Tradition.
the presents for the geeks. So at this point, Luke, I'm gonna need you to take your ears off. Maddie, I'm gonna put your computer away. You get to see our team
Hi, Maddie.
behind, because Fat Cat Swinger is not the only group that recognize those that make things happen.
In front and behind the scenes.
And we do the same thing here. So why don't you guys try sitting right in front of this and see if this works?
You might have to squat.
I can see Maddie.
Well,
Don't hurt
Maddie's
yourself,
small.
Maddie. That'll work. And Luke, yeah, that works too. This is great.
And together.
So, can
Rule the galaxy as father and son.
Let's see. Maddie, you get to go first because you've been our silent voice from the front row as you run social media
He
for
said
us.
silent.
Isn't
Silent
it?
voice.
Shush!
I thought it was a good
Maddie
description of what
is-
she does. Because
she-
she's
yes.
very good at it. And she makes all of those witty tweets that you see.
Oh, nobody can see what you're seeing.
She can't. Nobody
You must
knows.
hold it up.
I got space socks.
You did
NASA
get-
socks!
Nassox.
NASA.
Nassox.
NASA.
What you don't know about Luke is while he's an awesome producer, he's also an awesome baker.
And terrible horse.
Terrible
Really
horse.
bad horse.
But
Really
he does
bad
make
horse.
good sound effects. So, Merry Christmas,
Oh,
Luke.
he's opening for this.
Ooh.
You don't have to bake those for us, but
I mean, you
it
could.
seemed very
It's an option.
appropriate.
Dessert skillet.
Yes.
So, this one's for you.
It says your name, so that's how he knows.
This one's for you.
Do we open it at the same time?
Please open them at the same
Okay,
time.
opening at the same time. Opening.
Opening at the same.
Oh, cool! I saw this in the store and didn't get
Yeah!
it. I was really hoping somebody would. I got Be More Lando.
And I got Be More Leia. Leia!
And with that, I'm done. So, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Oh, this is gonna make me cry. Why is the first page I opened to Padme Amidala? She's not Leia. I'm kidding. I love me some Padme. I went on actually a 20-minute rant last night about Padme Amidala
No,
because I loved her.
that's the handmaiden to the queen. That's who that was.
Please forgive me.
Okay. Katie, do you want to go next or just
Yeah.
Cameron? Ladies first, right?
Yeah, mine's.
I'm a lady. So this is for. Do I also have to give speeches?
Yes.
Okay.
I was
No.
just being Mr. Daps.
Maddie.
Many years ago.
Yeah, you can guys keep it moving because we'll
This
run out
is
of
for
time.
Luke.
otherwise.
Don't open them all at the same time.
Oh.
Or do.
Oh, okay.
I don't care.
It's all good.
That one's yours.
Okay.
Because Christmas time is here.
Yeah, this-
Ow. I got hot cocoa to go with my
It's a
barista
hot
stuff.
cocoa-ish.
Woo. Bunch of hot cocoa.
Bob Ross!
But what about it is special?
Color your own. Neat.
It's a color.
I'm gonna get surreal.
We do want to see. We do want to see the final.
So first you have to finish the puzzle, and then you have
So
to.
it's double-sided.
Oh,
I believe. Yeah, it's a
Double-sided?
double-sided puzzle. So this is the one side, and then the other
It's
side.
painted.
Yes.
So
Oh,
you can make
cool.
your own happy little clouds.
Yeah.
Oh, so my thought is finish it, put it on one of those revolution
Yeah,
things.
that's what I would do.
Yeah, obviously. Cool.
Yeah.
Where's mine?
one's yours.
That one's yours.
I believe this is yours. No, this is.
Wait,
yes.
who is this from and who's it
From
for?
me.
Oh,
It's
okay.
covered in glitter. What do you mean? Who's it from?
Cameron. I feel like Cameron should go first. I love glitter.
Glitter. I too
I
love
don't
glitter. That's why I put. I figured that the set was allowed to be covered in glitter.
My assistant got me a really good present for my birthday. The only downside was the card had glitter.
Yep.
And it exploded all over
Wise.
her car and my office.
Hung. There was a G and an H at the end of that.
Well, at first I couldn't figure out what it said. Salt, fat, acid, heat.
Oh, that's a very good book.
That is very
That is
fun.
a very
Thank
good
you.
book.
I think for a second he thought I was insulting him.
I honestly, I had it sideways and I couldn't read it sideways.
You just saw
And so
fat
I
and
saw
acid.
fat. I was like,
Fat.
I don't know what this is, and it's not from Jenny, so I'm confused.
Yes.
Take the lead, my
Cool.
friend.
Our various behind-the-scenes folks have already received their sharp things and
Sharp
water-based things
Sharp.
offset.
They can't go on the show.
Yes. But
Everywhere.
that is for you two. One thing is to share, and then one thing is individual, and I'll let you decide which one you want. I'm very
Okay.
subtle with my gift giving. It's labeled on the bag.
There's a coffee.
Nice. Is this from your recent travels?
It is from my recent travels. I
Nice.
smuggled this back into the country from Hawaii.
Thank you.
That you just now told all the internet that you did.
It's fine. Once you commit a crime, they can't get you for it, right?
Yep. Also, not a different country.
This is funny.
Yes.
I love that.
And I'm not sure which of the colors you wanted, so trade.
This
if you
is
like.
perfect.
One.
I love this.
Thank
Correct.
you.
So
That
this
is hilarious.
This is from the island of Hawaii, except it's not. It's actually from Hawaii, and it smells really
I
good.
can't wait to smell this. Oh my god.
That is awesome. All right,
That smells good.
Cameron, it is your turn to have a Geekmas memory.
Y'all remember Wayne's World? Anyways,
You remember that?
Oh yeah, you probably have to go run us, huh?
Yep. Many
Stall so that
years
Luke
ago.
can get back to the
I
production
was trying
booth.
before you rudely interrupted me. Our turkey forefathers came to this country in search of a better land, a peaceful land where their cyborg offspring could be raised in peace.
Beautiful. That was so well done. All right, tell us your favorite memory.
My favorite memory was 3 years ago now, which I would not have known unless we had discussed the dates previous to this segment.
Because we prepared.
When there was some excellent musicianship happening between you and friend of the show and front row sitter Jenny.
Front row seat.
The one who just helped find notes.
Wow, it's just us.
Oh, that's creepy.
Look
And
at
half
look
of
at
me.
the and half of.
half of
Oh,
Katie.
there's Katie. So you can watch Katie watch us. We like to make fools of ourselves, right?
That's the whole
Of course.
Doing it for years. And so Jenny, for years, has been asking for us to do what? That's not true. We were going to do it at Disneyland.
Oh,
We
that's
were going to
true.
just show up and surprise everybody, and we were going to practice, and it was going to be great. But we're not doing any of that because we didn't practice. We're not at Disneyland, and it won't be great. So, you ready?
Oh, sure.
Let's see what happens. This is kind of weird because usually you're at a piano or something and not standing and awkward.
But look how tall I look. This is exciting.
In real life, you're not this tall.
No.
The magic of YouTube. Ready? Whenever you're ready. Dramatic pause. You dramatic enough?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready.
That's not what it says. I'm confused. I don't know where we are.
I was watching you. Should we go to here?
Sure.
You did. At least it worked. Hopefully you can hear us. So, do you want to see something really awkward?
Is there awkward?
We can go even a higher level of awkward.
Oh.
Yes
we
or
can
no?
switch parts?
We haven't.
Do it.
Yeah, we're gonna switch parts. But not only are we gonna switch
We also
parts,
play backward?
no, we're gonna make it even worse. We're gonna play something we haven't even looked at.
Yes!
And with one of you blind.
Yeah, pretty much.
I thought we were
it's-
gonna turn it upside down or something.
I don't actually know what's gonna happen with this, so
Oh,
this will be.
This is limited time magic, y'all.
This is very
Oh, somebody touched something.
painful time magic. All right, you ready?
Sure.
Oh,
Pass you wanna go?
Not yet?
Sure.
Go whenever you're ready. Don't go faster. This is why nobody likes doing the top. Why does the top always do that?
You did skip the measure. I was trying to get into the horse noise. That's when the horse noise comes in.
Oh, he's doing that part.
Oh.
Yeah, I was.
Should we just start right there and he can do the
Yeah, horse noise. Cameron, ready?
Ready? Go.
Ready?
It's a zebra. Do some research, guys.
Oh, you wanted the other thing next, but okay. So we're gonna make a change in the show right now. This is the most prepared we've ever been for a Christmas/Geekmas show in the history of Geeks Corner. Cameron, would you explain how prepared we are for this episode?
On October the 19th, year of our Lord 2019.
That's the day before my birthday.
Day before Katie's birthday. Luke and I, Luke producer, you recently saw him on the show, set about combining various ingredients to make a holiday drink. And then we left it to rot. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a jug of aged eggnog. Now, I know what you're thinking.
Can you go back a little bit further? What else have we tried on Geeks Corner episodes for Christmas? Like, where was the origin of this idea?
It wasn't the cookie frosting.
No, further.
Before that.
So several years ago, Johnny Five's mother made us classic fruitcake that involved being, I think, left on a counter for like a month. Something like that.
Yeah.
So that was the origins of trying Christmas things. on Geeks Corner. Anyway, keep going, Cameron.
Yes.
I just felt we had to
Yes.
acknowledge Johnny
For
Five and
context,
his mother.
old foods is a thing. However, this one is special due to the very unique combination of ingredients that are in it, as well as the temperature-controlled nature of it, and the fact that it was sealed in this very, very, very large jar. This actually is going to probably be pretty good.
And the fact that Alton Brown told us he'll be okay.
This is
I mean,
Alton
there's
Brown's
the real
recipe.
answer. This is
Like,
Alton Brown's. So we really should have had him on the show tonight to
Right.
taste it with us.
that was that on you for an invitation?
Mary,
Slow
we
check.
forgot.
Ooh.
It's pretty good.
Yep.
I like it.
Tastes like eggs.
Yep.
Tastes like eggs. Does it?
No.
I was like, I don't think it tastes like eggs.
No. Mm.
Oh, that's tasty.
It's creamy.
That's yes. It's
That
not.
thing's
Silky.
got
It's
power,
not
though.
as thick.
Right, that's
as,
yeah. It's got a smoothness.
If you gave it another 2 years, I bet it would be thick.
You can store this for up to a year, which is nuts.
So on my next birthday.
No, it's eggs.
Well, there is nutmeg in there. And was there anything else in there? There's other stuff.
There's
things
other
in there.
stuff.
At least one egg.
Yeah. At least there was.
Sugar.
How many eggs are in this? Just
Butter.
I don't know if I actually want
How
to
many
know.
eggs were in this? Like 5, 6?
Enough.
Many?
Am I gonna find shells?
So, surprisingly good.
Yeah.
Better than the fruitcake.
Better than the fruit. That's the meter we got to beat on this show.
I would drink it again.
Mm.
I really wish we'd have been a little bit more on our game and gone 1, 2, 3, and then both of us stopped drinking while Katie tasted it first.
To make her think something was totally wrong with it. That is the energy of our show. Yes.
That was a missed opportunity, my friend.
That is the chaotic energy of Geeks Corner.
But we have one more
Bully
opportunity
Katie.
on this show
To mess with Katie?
to mess with Katie.
Cool.
Because
Right.
we rehearse some things that don't actually happen on this show.
How did I know this was gonna happen? How did I know this was gonna happen? I swear to God, how did I know this was gonna happen? I feel attacked. What's happening? Am I playing pitching?
Cameron, do you want to talk?
Yeah. Several years ago, there was a man named Elvis Presley
Okay.
who wrote some songs. Actually, he didn't write many of them. Many people wrote them for him.
But he sang them.
But he sang them. And then he wrote a particular song that I feel is of importance for our co-host here that we thought we would sing to her tonight.
So terrified.
What is the note I'm looking for? Thank you.
I can't go that low.
I'll have a blue Christmas without you. I'll be so blue just thinking about you.
I don't wash my hair. I hope you're enjoying that.
Decorate with green clothing set next wing on a red lipstick base. But seeing how the blue's here, it won't make sense to me now, 'cause your blue hair is inconsistent.
That's accurate. That's accurate.
Sometimes it's green.
It was a couple months ago.
Or black.
No.
Or was it blonde at one point? I think
That was when I was like
Purple.
18.
decorate the top of your head with blue shades of not gray if you don't wash them.
I do
but
have gray.
sometimes that's all you need to make a good day. So here's to Katie and her blue hair, and most importantly, the willingness to let me get even this close for awkwardness. The really important takeaway for the holiday season is we do a lot of weird stuff on the show, but you watch us, and that's the important thing. So just as weird as it is for a random person to have blue hair, it's even weirder still that you stuck around with us, and we couldn't be happier about it. So thank you very much, and happy holidays to you. Cheers.
Am I done now? Well done, Cameron. We had no clue what was going to happen with
No.
that. In fact, we hadn't practiced that because if we practiced it, it would have given us away.
I thought there was going to be a hidden melodica, I will be honest.
No, your real Christmas
And
present
5,
is
6,
the fact that all of the melodicas are over there behind Anthony.
Hi, Anthony. Thanks.
Welcome to Geeks Corner, Anthony.
Hey.
I'm Mr.
Made it on the
Daps.
show.
That's Mr. Daps.
All right, we are running out of time. In fact, we are out of time for this Geeks Corner, so...
You should go to thegeekscorner.com. Thegeekscorner.com. It's the site you're probably on if you're watching this now. But if you're not, go there and see all of our past episodes, including episodes of Christmas Past.
You should go to
What was that?
DAPSMagic.com. Check out all the Disney and geek news as it happens as we gear up towards the end of the year and into 2020, especially with Rise of Skywalker this week. Subscribe to our mailing list and find our Patreon.
And also subscribe to this YouTube channel so you don't miss any of the videos that are coming up, and there are always plenty, and I think we have more that I have on my machines that need to be put up. So I was like, they're on the phone, they're on the iPad, they're on the MacBook Pro. You never know. They're all over the place. Anyway, that is all the time we have for you this week and this Christmas. We hope you have a very Merry Christmas. We look forward to seeing you next week. But for now, we will see you around the corner.
Bye.